I just need this one. Trust me. The left
Forget I
hook.
only need one too.
Okay.
Forget that too.
That's fine. All right, then we both got it. We both got it.
Like, come on, bro.
I can't hear you.
When the press conference for the much-awaited rematch between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis took an unexpected turn, the boxing world went into a frenzy. The pyrotechnics between these two exceptional fighters had long been anticipated by fans, but nobody could have foreseen the mayhem that would break out. Known for his audacious words and belligerent demeanor, Ryan Garcia shocked the crowd with a shocking announcement that rocked the boxing community to its core. As was customary, the press conference began with the two competitors' usual pre-fight trash talk and banter. His typical self was Gervonta Davis, the self-assured, fierce competitor. Ryan noted that he arrived late, but assured us that this was part of the show. Davis addressed the audience with his typical bluster and swagger. In his scornful reaction to Ryan's earlier remarks, Tank discounted Garcia's prospects of winning the rematch. He made fun of Garcia's appearance, made remarks about his physique, and even joked about how his lack of competence was the reason Garcia had lost to him before. Davis was careful to bring up their first meeting, in which Garcia used a strong shot to knock Ryan out, raising doubts about Garcia's capacity to compete at the highest level. Ryan Garcia, who is often the first to react, responded with a few words of his own as Davis boldly delivered his trash talk. But a significant change was about to occur. Ryan Garcia made a startling revelation that put everyone in the room in stunned silence. The shocking information that Gervonta Davis had supposedly been having an affair with Floyd Mayweather's daughter was revealed by Garcia. In addition to shocking the attendees, this revelation ignited the internet. Instantly, the usual pre-fight chit-chat in the room gave way to something much more intimate. In addition to criticizing Davis as a fighter, Ryan Garcia also targeted his personal life. Garcia's outspoken remark regarding Davis's purported affair was not merely an insult, or rather, it was a planned attempt to stir things up and cause trouble. As the media rushed to comprehend the startling news, the room went silent. As both boxers were now enmeshed in a personal quarrel that went beyond their rivalry within the ring, the audience sensed a shift in the atmosphere. Davis, who was obviously upset, made an effort to remain calm, but it was obvious that the revelation had upset him. Originally intended to be about boxing, the press conference had devolved into a verbal sparring match with personal consequences. Although there was no physical incident on stage during the press conference, there were rumors that Tank Davis became irate and started chasing after Garcia backstage. Davis was incensed by the comments about his private life, so security intervened. Fans immediately started making assumptions about what had transpired off camera after the brawl backstage, which served to stir the flames. It was evident that this rematch had evolved from a bout between two world-class boxers to one with personal grudges and unresolved issues. It became evident from the atmosphere surrounding the press conference that this rematch was about more than simply boxing. It was about two fighters with personal stakes and long-standing problems. After being knocked out in their first bout, Ryan Garcia was keen to show that he had changed and could defeat Davis. He was trying to demonstrate that he was not the same fighter who had lost their first bout, not only to gain redemption. Since that loss, Garcia had put in a lot of effort, and his development had advanced significantly. His position as one of the top contenders in the lightweight class was solidified by his recent contentious but impressive knockout victory over Devin Haney. Conversely, Davis had been determined to establish himself as one of the greatest boxers of his day. Tank's knockout victory over Garcia in their first bout had been a turning point in his career, but he was not happy. Knowing this rematch would be a career highlight, Davis trained in the gym. He had trained for years under Floyd Mayweather, one of the best boxers of all time, learning the ins and outs of the sport. The couple had been at odds for years, and their relationship had deteriorated. In addition to the fight, Davis and Garcia's rivalry encompassed the broader aspects of their careers and the impact of individuals such as Floyd Mayweather. Tank had been coached by Mayweather early in his career, which helped him become one of the sport's most feared fighters. But Davis's thirst for independence grew along with his success. Tank no longer wanted Mayweather's imposing presence to overshadow him. He wanted to be his own man, his own brand. The public was now aware of Davis and Mayweather's feud, which only made the build-up to the rematch with Garcia more dramatic. Davis had previously declared 2025 to be his last year of fighting. Tank knew every battle mattered and that retirement was imminent. He had to demonstrate that he remained the king of the lightweight category since his legacy was at stake. The bout with Ryan Garcia was an opportunity to go out on top and make a lasting impression on the sport, not merely to settle personal scores. As he prepared for the rematch, Davis knew this would be his last fight. He wanted to prove he was still the best and would never be defeated. He was motivated to make the rematch an even more resounding victory because the first bout with Garcia had been a turning point in his career. He had no intention of allowing Garcia to demonstrate his improved fighting skills. Davis was prepared to finish the feud for good and all. Conversely, Ryan Garcia was as committed to proving to the public that he had changed since their initial altercation. Industry-renowned coach Derek James has trained him for months. Garcia had improved his timing, focused on his defense, and bulked up. The combatant who had been overpowered by Tank's might during their initial confrontation had changed. Garcia was prepared to show that he had improved as a fighter and that he could defeat Davis. Garcia saw this rematch as an opportunity to atone for his defeat to Davis and show the world that he was capable of winning. He wanted to prove that he could compete at the greatest level, since he was sick of being called out as less talented than Tank. He wanted to silence the naysayers and prove that he could compete with the sport's top players, not only get retribution for his defeat. Tank's power and Ryan's speed had clashed in their first battle between Davis and Garcia. Garcia was certain that he had learned from his mistakes and could withstand Tank's punches, but Davis had demonstrated that his strength could outmatch his speed. Garcia was a different fighter after the previous bout, and he was ready to show his transformation. The excitement increased as the rematch date approached. It was a fight of egos, personal rivalries, and unresolved business, not just another boxing bout. Knowing that the fight between Tank and Garcia would be a unique sight, fans anxiously anticipated it. Both combatants were aware that this rematch would determine the course of their careers, so the stakes were high. Tank Davis saw the battle as a chance to solidify his reputation as one of the best fighters of his time. He wasn't going to let Garcia ruin his legacy because he had been dominating the lightweight class. Ryan Garcia saw the rematch as an opportunity to demonstrate that he was more than just a one-hit wonder and that he could compete with one of the world's top fighters. Tension between the two competitors boiled over as the bout drew closer. The press conference was just the start of the drama that had transpired. There was no denying Tank and Ryan's personal hostility, and the battle was sure to be an amazing sight. What would surely be one of the most thrilling and important bouts in recent boxing history was highly anticipated by fans. It was a fight for pride, legacy, and atonement, not just a fight.